How's it going, everybody? We are back with another episode. This one's going to be a long one, pretty long one. And I had to pull an audible and pull out my old webcam, which isn't the best quality, but hey, we're here. That's all that matters. Emily's back with us. Emily, say hi.
Howdy.
We're going to be going over some body cam footage or a documentary. It's on Netflix called The Perfect Neighbor. If you haven't seen it, tune in and watch it. It's all body cam footage. There's no real interviews or anything. It's all body cam footage, and it is on Netflix. With that being said, we have an hour and 21 minutes of body camera footage to go through. Let me switch over to my sharing here. So this is going to be uh, founded on YouTube, for purposes of body cam footage and all that, and don't want to be button heads with the Netflix. That's not what we do. But this is going to be from a channel called Police Insider. Go ahead and subscribe to them like I have done there. And yeah, we'll get into it. Emily, anything you want to add? Anything you want to punch in while we're here? Because this is going to be interesting.
Well, a couple things. One, it's pretty much impossible to talk about this without race getting brought into it,
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
just be aware of that. And then also, I really like how this was done. Um, they were, from my understanding, they worked with the family and everything on this, and then how I don't think there's hardly any talking heads in the actual documentary itself. Like, it's
Right.
just almost completely body camera. I think until the very end when, like, detectives or prosecutors ones get involved, but it's very interesting.
Yeah, for sure. So we got a lot to go through here. So let's kick it off.
Well, I got some bad news to tell you. Mom's not coming back anymore. Come, come. No, no, no. Come here. Come over here. Listen to me. No, I know.
A father who, in his worst nightmares, could never imagine telling his children they would never see their mother again,
I can't see my mom again.
was forced into that reality when, in a tragic display of apathy, entitlement, and self-centeredness,
The Karen called. Absolutely.
a mother of 4 was shot to death right in front of her kids,
I shot through the door.
simply because they were playing on a grassy field.
Marion County Public Safety, this is Madison. Is this call an emergency?
The kids are playing between the two houses.
One thing I want to do is go through these calls since we are 911 dispatchers. I want to review the calls after they get done. Okay, I'm going to keep going.
Yes.
They don't even live here. You know, I do insurance, and they really can't be on the property. They've been asking me many times. I'm just done with this. You know, the incessant interruptions have to stop.
And just to verify, the noise is still ongoing. Is that correct?
I'm trying to go to bed. I go to bed. They're screaming so loud.
The murder occurred on June 2nd,
Okay.
2023.
All right,
So,
pause.
yeah, first call. What would you do
Um,
if you heard that voice on to me that one was very blatant. We get callers like that like every shift.
well, it depends. How many times have I talked to this woman before?
Mhm.
Given the amount of times I know that this woman had called 911 and called the sheriff or the police department for that area, um, I'm sorry, I'm not treating it as a regular call. I'm putting it in as a mental subject. If you incessantly use the police to harass children, I don't treat you normally. I'm sorry.
Right.
Argue with the wall, argue with somebody else. I don't care.
Well, one thing I want to point out
Especially you live in
is
an apartment complex.
yes, yeah, you got to know your areas and stuff too. And then I also want to point out like some of the wording she used and the arguments she was using. Well, I work in insurance. Like I said, we get calls like that
And
every day, and the arguments made are things
every
that
day.
do not pertain to what's happening. Um, if you say I am the
They
property
try to
owner and this is my property, okay, sure, but I work in insurance and that's not their property. That's kind of irrelevant.
it's also it's also public property and not her property.
Hmm.
She acted as if she owned that she rented. Now,
Yeah,
granted, you do have certain rights to the land that you rent and what have you, but
That was not
They were
included
an
in that
empty
in her
lot.
parcel. Yeah.
Yeah, they're in the empty area playing. Now, kids can be kids and be annoying and stuff. But with that call, just from what we heard, okay, ma'am, so what do I need to send a police officer out for? Can you tell me exactly what the problem is?
Hmm.
Because you're trying to go to bed, but I don't know the exact call times of stuff, but half the time she would be calling in the afternoon. You're
Right.
not going to bed at 3 p.m. when these kids get home from school.
Hmm.
You're
Yeah.
not.
They're just
They're not.
annoying her.
Even if you are, don't live in an apartment complex if you don't want to have noise and you work night shifts. There's no way around it. You just kind of have to deal with it.
Hmm.
Been there, done that. There's nothing you can do.
Do you have the T-shirt? Is the real question. Did you miss that? Did Earth to Emily? Are you there?
Yes,
Okay. I said, do you have the T-shirt? Is the real question. Been there and done that, but do you have the T-shirt?
I do not.
Oh
I
well,
have
gotta have that
battle
to prove it.
scars.
Um.
No, but with that, like it would have been a civil matter, or it would
Yeah.
have been I'll have an officer give you a phone call.
Yeah. All
I'm
day
not. I'm
long.
not. I'm not sending somebody out there because kids are playing outside.
And I mean, I wish Ducky was here to like put input on this, but also, even if you were gonna do the most with this call, um, in Texas there is a difference between public property and public access property. But even then, if it's a
Yes.
public access property, the most you can do is say, "Hey guys, don't play there," whatever. But still, I mean, that's the most you can do. But let's continue.
Yeah, and that's where an officer can step in and be like, "Hey kids, y'all know your old lady neighbor's crazy. Don't play over here by her house. Go to the other end of the street."
Right? Yeah.
You
But the
know.
real problem had been brewing for years, all because one woman in the neighborhood couldn't stand children playing in a grassy
Hmm.
field next to her.
So that's another thing. They mentioned it's been brewing for years. I mean, if you get a caller from the same location, same times, same issue for years, like it's their place, and
Yes.
like you said, more than likely for us, we'd put it in as a 96 or mental subject. Like they're complaining again, go over there, make sure nothing stirs up. Um, so yeah, apparently
Or you push
they've
it
been
onto
dealing.
the sergeant or whatever
Yeah.
supervisor and be like, "You want to send somebody? Because I'm not putting this out for no
Hmm.
reason. I'll let you decide."
Right.
That's where
Her
that
house,
stuff
which
rolls uphill.
Hmm.
she claimed as her own. In this video, we have tried to include every detail, including the frequent local police calls made by Susan, to help us understand how it all led to the tragic death of a loving mother, Ajika, an event that shook Florida for years to come.
Hello. What's going on?
Kids keep running back and forth over here. When the kids are out front, it's really noisy. The way my apartment's set up, you can see it ends here. They're screaming, yelling. I don't get a break from the kids at all. They don't have children. I've asked them, please, the kids all live on that side of the street. For some reason, they love to play over here. I'm like, guys,
Probably because it's open.
I understand that. I have migraines, horrible migraines. I had a very bad car wreck, had my neck fused. I've had
Take
more back
Excedrin.
surgery. I don't want to hear these children.
Take a
I've
Tylenol.
asked them, please, keep the kids away.
Move.
There's other places they can play. They don't have to play
Yeah.
here.
Move
They're
out into the
screaming, yelling at
country.
me,
Then you'll
telling me
have
the
like
kids are not hurting
coyotes and well, they're in
anybody.
Florida. They'll have
The kids,
gators and
they're
bath
not
salt
damaging
people in their
anything. They're
backyard.
damaging me because the migraines are so bad. Most days I could barely stand. I don't want to be intimidated by them screaming and yelling at me, telling me I'm a
Intimidated by
calling
children.
me Karen.
Yeah. Well.
They're
Yeah.
calling me names. Really, we're gonna, devolve to this simple bullying.
Okay. I'm gonna play devil's
wanna-
They're
advocate
bullying
here.
children.
You guys, if you haven't seen any of this before, you'll see the children here in a second. I'm going to play devil's advocate. I understand that some children, even from the age of 12, can be 7 foot tall and kind of like, oh dang, I
Mhm.
kind of don't want to mess with them. But just wait till you see the kids in this thing, man.
And I
Like,
mean, and there are some children that we would call BAKs, some badass kids. But
yes.
that's not what
Yeah,
we're dealing with
yeah.
here.
When you see
It is
the
not.
kids in this, I was actually surprised because the way I told you before I watched this that I had looked it up on Google to see like where all my options for streaming and all that. Google apparently has reviews on videos and documentaries. I
Yes.
I was blown away by the comments, like the reviews, like half 1 star, half 5 star, people fighting back
Yes.
and forth about stuff. And I thought I was gonna, because of some of the reviews and comments, I thought I was about to see some BAKs in some of these videos, right? Not the case. Not the case.
Respect is needed. You know, I don't make a noise here. I don't do anything. Just, you know, they need to be cool about it. I don't bother anybody.
Pause.
I don't
That is objectively not true. I don't know if it'll show it in this, but there was a time that she was hitting the panic alarm on her, like from her key fob for her Suburban truck, whatever she had.
Hmm.
She was setting off the car alarm so then she could call the cops and blame it on the kids. And one of the neighborhood moms had all the kids come over and stand on the other side of the street, and she was still setting off the panic alarm on her car.
Right.
She 100% antagonizes most of this.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, I'm jumping way ahead of it, but it just, oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
we're 3 minutes into an hour and 22-minute long video.
I'm working on a PhD. I'm in the house most of the time and on the computer doing dissertation work. Again, it's horrible to come out here and be
Stupid
screamed
humid
at
Florida
by
with
3
all
different
this
sets of neighbors because
blurred
they want
body
their children
cam.
to play here. Again, take them to a park. There's an open lot down there. There's an open lot down there. Let them play someplace else. It's not that hard.
I mean, as long as they're not on your property, I mean, they can pretty
Exactly.
much play wherever they want to play.
Well, they can play up front.
Exactly. Children
Oh,
have a
but they've
right
been
to
in the
exist
truck,
where they
in the
live.
back of the bed of
Mhm.
my pickup. The kids are in the back of the bed of the pickup. They're very disrespectful.
So,
Okay.
That
and-
I have a
okay,
problem with.
again, we're pausing at 3.5 minutes again. So a lot of people that are this lady's age would, and we know them very well, they would make the argument, well, kids
Mhm.
just on their iPads nowadays, just texting and on their phones and don't care about playing and all. That's exactly what these kids are doing. They were out playing, having a good time. And she complains about that, but then she'd probably be complained, they don't ever take care of their kids. They just stick them on iPads. She gonna complain either way. Like
Well, there's also the children that she's complaining on don't look like her.
yeah.
That we haven't seen them yet here, but that's I think a ginormous part of it, whether it ever gets admitted to or not.
And
Um,
again, I'm gonna bring it up.
and that is a thing that we deal with daily.
Yeah, you would think that the way some of the descriptions and reviews of the documentary are, that she's just living in the hood and constantly being harassed. No, this is not the hood, first of all. Second of all, I mean, it is a good thing to point out that she is the minority in this neighborhood. It's just
Not
it is.
even, but
Well, I mean, she is the white Karen, the white single Karen in this neighborhood, and so she probably feels a certain type of way about it. If you get where I'm going with that.
I'm sure. But if you're inside on a computer all day, do you not have earbuds, headphones,
Yeah,
Tylenol,
yeah.
something
Well,
else to
especially
do,
if you have
business to mind?
migraines. Everyone I know that has migraines has like
I have them horrendously.
noise
Yep.
canceling headphones and things to take care of themselves when they get those migraines. Because it doesn't,
Yep.
if you have a migraine, it doesn't matter what the noise is. The crickets would probably antagonize
Y-
her migraine if she
And
gets them that bad.
usually noise outside is not going to trigger my migraine. What triggers a migraine is stress or diet or lack of sleep or something else. It's usually not kids outside hemming and hawing, you
Right.
know. Especially kids are at school for half the day.
Yeah.
Because when is this? August 10th of 22. Let's see what
Mhm.
day of the week this is. I'm not going to be able to be chill about this. I am sorry ahead of time. This
I'm just gonna keep
makes me
playing
so
while you
mad.
look that up.
This is a Wednesday, and she's calling at 8 o'clock at night. Those kids were at school all day.
Well, like I
Well,
said,
they may
unless
not
they're
have been.
on
It's
your
the
property,
summertime, but
then it's not really an issue.
They shouldn't be screaming and, running around either. I mean, the parents aren't attending them. Obviously, they're just,
I
free to
understand
go.
it's a nuisance, but
Kids are
I'd
allowed
rather
to play
kids be
outside.
screaming because they're out here playing and have a good time than stealing cars and robbing people.
Exactly.
I don't know. I'm not them. I'm not their parent. Like I said, it's a big open.
We
Yes.
don't need to talk about kids committing crime when you're talking to this woman
Oh, well,
that you
yeah.
have
No,
dealt
that's
with
true.
before.
Some situational awareness of
Um,
that. Yeah.
we don't. Yeah. Cop lady is not doing the best right now of explaining this. One, she needs to say it with her chest if she's gonna try to explain to this woman what's going on, which we can also do over the phone to a point of like, no, ma'am, da 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 da, blah blah
Well,
blah. There's not a curfew. The sun's still out. They're allowed to play outside,
yeah. Well, most
and
of
they're
the
not
time,
underage of whatever, or they have older siblings outside, or mama's
if
sitting across the street watching them.
if we're being honest,
You
though,
know,
most of the time we wouldn't even get to that point because we would, like you said earlier, we were already been like, okay, so what are you calling about? Well, da 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 da.
yeah. So
No, what's happening right now? What is what do you need police for right now? And that kind of
or
sometimes sucks the wind out of people. Sometimes.
yes, which is the problem with, I think, with how this officer's approaching it. I know it's hard to deal with people that are like this, but they're not going to be happy regardless of what they tell you. You need to be direct and very short, and do not give them leeway to like try to work around what you're telling them. No, ma'am, children are
Yeah.
allowed to play outside. This is not your property. If you
Uh,
do not like the noise the children make, I suggest headphones or relocating.
right.
I'm not going to talk to their parents. They're allowed to play outside. Children are allowed to exist. And also keep in mind, she's been calling for years on these kids
Right.
already. So, yeah, no.
lot. It's probably just
No, it's too loud.
nicer for them to use the open lot. I mean, it is what it is. All right. Well, you have a good night.
58-year-old Susan had been living in the apartment complex since 2020 and had a clean police record. She held an insurance license, had recently left United Healthcare, and was applying for disability, now spending most of
Well,
her
that's what's
time at
wrong
home.
with her.
She often
Working for United Healthcare.
spied on children playing outside, hoping to snap pictures of them in the act of some supposed
Okay. I'm sorry. This is not a comical thing. This is supposed to be a serious conversation about this. But when I saw this on the documentary, I loved it. Like, these kids are fully aware of what's happening with this lady, and as soon as he saw her taking a picture, he's like, "Hey, what's up?"
Threw up the deuces.
Yeah.
Yeah, while they're out there playing
wrongdoing.
football or whatever.
Directly across the street lived 35-year-old Ajika with her 4 children, Isaac, Israel, Africa, and Titus. Until now, Ajika and Susan had never come face to face, but that was about to change tonight.
Hello, Sheriff's Office. What's going on this evening?
Lots of children screaming their full heads off, running around. I had my truck parked in front here, so I didn't have to listen to the screaming and yelling. As soon as I moved the truck, the kids are coming up. I'm like, guys, stop. They know they're not supposed to be over here. They've been told many times. They've previously stolen the trespassing sign. And the little kid tells me to shut up to my face. I said, don't be disrespectful to me. And he's exchanging words back and forth. I'm like, listen, my name is Dr. Lawrence. Don't tell me to shut up. And he was calling me names. I'm like, no, we're not going to do that. I said, go wherever you live. Listen, now you're not. His mother comes over here. If you treat my son like that again, I'm going to rip your ass out and go beat you up. Excuse me? I don't bloody well fence that. And I said, see that no trespassing sign? Get off my porch. And no, I'm not going to. I said, no, I'm calling the sheriff's department.
Hello, Sheriff's Office. I'm Deputy Heckman. Were any of you guys over here messing with this lady?
No. We were
playing football.
Can I just say, hold on, let me just say one thing real quick, please.
Okay.
Okay, because it's an open spot,
Right.
all of that is not her property.
Sure.
All of that is not her property. So that man that does live right there, he says that all the kids can play because they like to play football over there.
Sure.
And their kids
I-
that live there.
I'm going to point this out just as a point to this whole thing. The only person on this side of the street that I even got like slightly annoyed with her tone was this lady, just because I was annoyed with her tone. But if you notice, like, what did the kids do as soon as the officer stepped up and asked a question? No, no, sir, no, we were
Immediately
playing
answer,
football.
"No,
Yeah.
ma'am. We were playing football." Yeah.
Whereas the BAKs, as we mentioned earlier, would immediately be like, "No, we don't have to talk to you." Blah 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 blah. Blah. No, they were just like, "No, we were just playing football." Like
Yeah,
super
and I can
respectful, calm, collected.
and even then, I can understand this woman's tone, because they've been dealing with this woman for 2 years now because she moved in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and again, look at this woman's children.
Yeah.
You see how her children don't look like her? We know what's going on. Okay? And carry on.
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. If I had to pick anything apart from this other side of the street, it would be that. But again, like you said, it's understandable. But if
Yes.
I was picking straws and choosing and stuff, that would be the only thing.
Literally, they're nowhere near her property. Y'all can watch her camera.
Sure.
They're right over there. She will come
A
outside.
camera she
yell
did
at
not
them.
have.
Like,
Mhm.
I have yelled at her before because these are
Everybody
children.
has.
I
Right.
mean, everyone down this whole block has yelled at this lady
Sure.
because of how she talks to kids.
Yeah.
Like, she is crazy. She is literally crazy, and they just want to play. They're not over
Right.
there harassing her, doing anything. They're playing.
Okay.
I have a camera. I have a camera too. I will show you. All they do is play football over there. That's it.
Right.
And she'll yell at them, and then when an adult says something, now she wants to call the police.
Okay.
That's what she does. Literally, every time the police are over here because
Like
of this
she'll
lady.
be inside, they can be playing.
Oh, ma'am. Did anyone put hands on anybody? Did she touch you at all? Okay. Okay. Okay, so it was only words?
Yes.
Okay.
She'll come home. Most times she's not even here. She'll drive up and see them out there.
Right.
And
Kids
instead
are
of
just trying to be
parking-
kids. I totally understand
Exactly.
that. I
and
totally
she-
understand that.
Right.
I just need to know whose mom it was. It was a boy.
Listen.
You went over there
Yes,
and
because I was
spoke to
inside.
her.
My kids were out here playing with them.
Okay.
And my oldest son, he called me on his cell phone. He's like, Mom, she's out here and she's in our face and she's yelling.
What's going on, y'all?
And I can hear her.
This is
you
the
know,
mom that went over there and spoke
yelling.
to her.
So I get up.
So,
Now we're clear.
were you the guys that this lady was mad about?
Also,
Listen, I just
want
wanna say-
everybody to pay attention to this officer's interaction with the kids. Very lighthearted, very fun. Kids super respectful. Just point out.
That
Okay.
every time, like even
Hey,
if we're not.
hold on. Let's bring it down.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You're okay.
Every time, even if we're not on her property and we're just like being loud and playing basketball over there because of the basketball
I
hoop,
got you.
like she just calls us names.
I'm sorry. I'm going to step a little closer because I can barely hear you.
So I took my son in question, the one whose space that she was in.
Uh-huh.
And I sent the other two kids inside. I said, that's it, y'all done playing, come inside. And we go over there and I knock on her door. And immediately, get the hell off my property. You are trespassing, get the hell off my property. So I just said, okay, I'm here with my son and I just want to ask you what happened. Because I'm not out here and there have been times where kids are going to be kids and she'll be saying something and they may say something back, okay, Karen, or something like that. All
Right.
of them
Sure.
have. I've
Absolutely.
always instructed my kids. She's
I
still
like
an
how the
adult at
officer's
the
like,
end of the
yeah,
day.
absolutely.
You don't
They're
argue
going to
with
call
You
her a
come-
Karen.
Yeah. Well, and also if you notice, like the her demeanor with the officers as well, and like her
Yep.
demeanor and explaining what happened with this other lady. Which
Yep.
in the whole body cam footage, most of the time when she's interacting with officers, you don't see her true colors. I will say they do come out later, and you can get a sneak peek of what she's been treating the kids
Yes.
like.
And I mean,
tell you,
to be fair to both sides, the mama here, this is the lady that was murdered.
Mhm.
She could be downplaying what she said and how she was acting a little bit, which is understandable. That's how human nature would be. Is like, I wasn't being that ridiculous. Like, I went and knocked on her door and blah blah blah. I was like, hey, can you tell me what happened?
She could be downplaying,
She
but at the
could
same
be,
time, how many
but
times?
also it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well,
In my opinion, it does not matter.
even
Because later we find out what this woman was saying
yeah.
to these
No,
children.
yeah. I'm saying like face value, we know nothing else. This situation in our minds or in this body camera footage has not happened yet. And even when we send
Yeah.
officers to things,
This is
you
what we
know,
need, Will Bob. Yeah.
yeah. But when we send officers to things, to me, the demeanor that she has here is also saying that, yeah, it probably wasn't that big a deal. Could she be downplaying? Maybe a little, but people who usually
Maybe a
did,
little, yeah.
yeah, people who have already done the most are going to keep doing the most, and they're going to be hyped up, and they're going to be yelling, and they're going to be cussing, and they're going to be saying this, and they're going to be saying that. They're going to be telling you to do your job. They're going to be all over the place. This lady's
Like
demeanor is
how
super calm.
the lady across the street that is complaining about the
Hmm.
children was acting when the cops got there, and she's like
Yeah.
at an 8 out of 10,
Hmm.
where White Mama was like at a 6 out of 10, and AJ is what they call her in the documentary. This woman here, she's like at a 2. She's like, yeah, this is what happened. I sent my kids back in. Da da da
Yeah.
da da.
Well, and also explaining, like,
You
I'm
got
trying
different
to.
levels.
Well,
You
she
got
even
different levels
gave
of
old lady like the benefit of the doubt. According to this, she went over like, "Hey, I want to hear it from you because, like, apparently she's never had a face
kids.
to face until this time. She's like, I'm hearing it from my
Yes.
kids, so I want to hear it from you. Like, what's going on? What's your issue?" And then immediately met with hostility and get off my property. So at
Which,
least
I mean,
AJ
she has
here,
the right to do.
right? But AJ here, probably most people be like, okay, I see how it is now. Like, I'm coming over here as a parent to try and figure it out, try and quash whatever issues there are, and then I'm met with that. So,
Yeah.
Me take it up with him.
Whose mom are you? Any of them?
Well, they're all mine. I'm saying no.
Hey.
My kids aren't really here, but they're always outside playing with them.
All right, so let me just talk to you guys real quick, okay? What kind of names is she calling you guys?
The B word, the P word, everywhere in the book. Like one time the kids were playing right there, and it was his dad outside, and then she came
Your
out
dad?
yelling.
Cowboy?
Yeah, my dad.
She came out yelling, and she was talking about a little girl getting and stuff. Like she's crazy. Like she'll come out just yelling
she
about.
just says weird. Like I have said stuff to her before because one time I just happened to come outside and she was calling them retards, and I'm like, hey, like relax. I'm like, these are kids here. So my oldest son said, Mommy, she was in Izzy's face and she was saying stuff, and Izzy was saying stuff back to her, and he's not. Now me as a parent, disrespect to an adult, I don't play that on any level. So I told him, you're done playing. You're not out here the rest of the week. Fast forward back, so I'm just trying to ask you what's going on with him. Get off my property. You're trespassing. Don't you see something? You're trespassing. I said, okay, I just wanted to know, I'm trying to assure her, like, hey, I'm not trying to be a problem for you.
Right.
I'm tired of it. It is almost every single day. So, like, at the end of the day, somebody has to be the one to try to meet you halfway.
Sure.
That's what I was trying to do. So she finally looks out the window and she sees me and she sees him. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe now she'll think that I'm trying to. And I was like, I just want to know what happened with you and him. He is disrespectful and he is rude, and I am a doctor and he has no reason to talk to me. Like, one day she's a doctor, tomorrow she's going to be another profession.
She's already made it apparent to us that she's a doctor.
Yeah, she has, like, I think, honestly.
So, and and plus I have to keep pausing just because, like, we're not sitting here just watching a video the whole time. But
Yeah.
right there, you see the officer has already cued in and like, oh yeah, she told us she was a doctor too. Like,
Yeah.
at this
And
point,
she's in I think her name is Susan. Susan Karen, whatever her name is across the street, is constantly saying they're not watching their children, they don't take care of their children, blah blah blah. AJ, mama here, knows that this lady's a heifer. Her son was outside arguing with her, and she even knows that this lady is, acts ugly towards these kids, but she still told her son, I don't care, you're not going to argue and be disrespectful with adults. You ain't playing outside the rest of the week.
mm-hmm.
You tell me that same mother is the one that's not paying attention to her children and her kids don't act right, but her son was out arguing with the bitch across the street and he still got in trouble?
Yeah.
You
And
see how that don't make sense?
well, and think of the life experience of these officers as well. They've been to thousands of calls in thousands of different places. They know what the non-present parents look, act, and sound like. This is not it.
Yes.
This is not the example of it.
She may have like a mental health disorder. That's what I personally think, which is why when I realized that, I try to be
Sure.
And you said you've talked to the property manager about being in that spot?
Ooh, Right.
Yeah, we talked to that guy right there.
That guy?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the guy that,
I asked him today, and he said, yeah, we can.
yeah, he's always said that he'll even come outside and play football with the kids or play games with the kids, and he says it's fine.
So I'm walking off, and I said, okay, I was trying to come over here and resolve with you, but I tell you what, the next time you walk up on my kids, you're gonna have to take it up with me.
Okay.
Oh, now you're threatening me? I'm calling the police.
Okay.
Literally, I never even got face-to-face contact with her because she never opened the door.
Okay.
I'm a big fan. You know what a devil's advocate is? So that means I play both sides, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So I got to think of both aspects of every situation.
Yeah.
So I was a kid once. Everyone was a kid once. We're all loud as kids. We like to yell and scream and fight, and so I get it. Kids can be loud, okay? Right? Right? I'm down with it. I get it. But when it's close to someone's house, sure, it gets a little annoying sometimes. I won't lie, okay? But if you guys have permission to be over there, then I can't really get on you guys too much. But if someone's going on her property, which is just her porch, it's not okay. I'm not saying you did. She's claiming you did.
Yeah.
I wasn't here to see it, so I can't go one way or the other. All right.
Yeah, she did have like private
she
property,
records us.
like on the
Yeah.
tree or whatever.
Okay.
But
So,
that's what fighting me.
and I want you guys to run around, hoot and holler, all you can, because I'd rather see you guys outside playing than on them TikToks. All right. Right.
Like she pulls up, she drives that truck.
Right.
Oh,
They can be
buffering.
out here playing, and she comes home from work.
Yeah, she said that
She'll
sometimes she'll
park
park
the
her truck up
She'll
there.
park it right there. They're already playing here, so she'll park it there.
Sure.
And then she'll set her alarm off from inside.
Mm-hmm.
Hoot and holler all you want, but if someone asks you to quiet down, bring it down a notch, okay?
And
At
she
least,
acts nicely. She come out here and she'll
for
be
sure.
like, hey, you stop yelling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
that's
she starts screaming at you guys, I want you to go tell an adult, okay? I don't want you to antagonize her, okay? Because what happens is when you guys antagonize her, she can make you guys look bad. And you guys are just out here playing,
Yep.
right? Okay.
Yeah, I
You guys
think
understand
that
everything?
that officer did a very good job of explaining that to the kids.
Yes,
Um,
and these kids are all like, middle school age. They are old enough to understand what he's telling them too.
Oh yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
they're like, I think that there's some young kids that they are involved at one point, but they're around 9 to like 15 at the oldest, and 9. I think there's only like 1 or 2 that are that young from what I remember. But they're old enough to understand. Hey, if this lady comes out here and starts yelling at y'all, just go get your mama or go get an adult.
Yeah.
Don't argue with her.
hmm
And I mean, are kids gonna do that every time? No. Do I blame them? No.
Yeah, I mean,
But
it's just like whenever like someone calls in a reckless vehicle or whatever, and we have to tell them to stop following them and stop.
yes,
Basically, the other person's gonna see that as antagonizing, and you don't know what that person
yes,
has, so just be safe. If you got a license plate or whatever, great. Description is the main thing we need. Tell me which way they went,
yep.
and don't follow
I
them.
had one. I had one today, and this woman was concerned that this guy was following her too closely, and he was going to run into the back of her car.
hmm
And they get to a downtown area where it splits into 2 lanes, and I'm like, "Is he still behind you?" "Yeah, he's right behind me." "Can you get in the other lane?" "Yeah, yeah." "Get in the other lane, see if he gets behind you." "Okay, he went around me." "Okay, keep me on the phone with you. Let me know if he does anything else." And a minute goes by, nothing happens. "Well, he turned going that way, and I'm going the other way." "Okay, I'll let him know. Thank you, ma'am."
Yeah,
Dude.
yeah.
Sometimes sometimes you might be overreacting just a smidgen,
hmm
maybe just a little. Never know.
Yeah. I'm gonna let this play, and I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick. I'm gonna let it play while I'm gone. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Be right back.
Kind of get where I'm coming from with that.
Yes.
I want to make you guys look like the good guys, okay? And I don't want her calling on you guys just for out here being hoodlums, That's all any kid wants to be is a hoodlum, right? Right?
Yeah, that's what she said, that she'll park her truck up here
And
so
so
that
then she'll
they
come
don't
out.
come
You
over.
guys are getting near my truck. You're touching my truck. So the last time she did it, I told all the kids. I said I was out here with my dog, and I happened to see her pull there. And they'll tell me, "Mom, she's setting the alarm off. We're not doing anything to her truck." So this particular day, I told them, I said, "Everybody come over here and let's just see." And sure enough,
This is
just
what I was
randomly,
talking
like
about.
every 6 minutes, the alarm would go off and nobody's even over there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, go back and play. Then she'll come outside. "Oh, you guys are near my truck. this is private property, lady. They weren't even over there, and you're setting off the alarm.
Yeah.
Like, well, why don't you
She's
want
just being-
kids to be kids? They're not terrorizing the neighborhood. They're not ringing your doorbell and running. They're playing football.
Yeah, they're not even
They're
messing
playing
with
hide
her.
and go seek.
Hey, Miss Susan.
Yes.
Hey, so we talked to the kids. We also we found the mom that came over here so according to mom that came over here of the son, she said that she tried to come over here to like work out some kind of solution with you about her son, just so that you know her son has been grounded. But ultimately, the kids are going to be kids. This is an open lot. They're going to play football or
There's
whatever.
no open lot here. This is.
It's an
Yes,
open
it
field for
is.
them to go play.
It's an open
It's not
field.
an open field. It's two parcels.
And yeah, this is where she's also getting technical and like code enforcement
Yeah.
and appraisal district terms. Oh no, they're two parcels. I mean, technically, sure, two different owners, whatever. But you're neither one of them.
But the
So
the property manager of the entire area said those kids could play football there. The
Right.
officer just said that her property, because she is a renter and does not own this half of the duplex that she lives in, the property that is hers ends at her porch. Technically, her parking her truck in the grass also would be a code enforcement violation. In most neighborhoods, you can't
Yeah.
park up in the yard because of water lines and other stuff.
Yeah.
Ma'am.
Ma'am.
Also, you don't have to back it up, but at one point during this, while these officers are having to be out here dealing with this BS, you can hear the tone on in the radio, like the channel is held, which means there's something of high importance going on somewhere in the city
Yeah.
that they get dispatched from, and they're out here dealing with this stupid shit
Yeah.
because
Well,
of this woman and her weird hatred towards these little mixed race children.
so
Racist. I can't.
the big thing and the reason we wanted to do this episode, which I'm thinking is probably going to end up being more like 2 episodes, but we shall see. The reason I wanted to get to it is because I wish Ducky was here for this, because how, as a department, as a community, how do you solve this? Because with the interactions they're having and everything, you can tell that she's kind of the instigator here, right?
Absolutely.
But how do you, and with other priority stuff going on, I'm not making excuses, but at the same time, this seems to be a town a little larger than our size. So what do they run like?
Oh, definitely.
And plus the sheriff's office is the ones running calls in town. So seems like the sheriff's office
Ye-
is the primary around here. Seems like they have like
It
5 to 8
depends on where you're
officers.
working.
Yeah.
It fully depends on where you're working, because once the murder, I'm not even going to talk walk around it. When Susan here murders Miss AJ that lives across the street, convicted murderer Susan here murders someone. There's like 10 to 20 cops that show up, and even then having two officers out here on a at most juvenile problem call
Mm-hmm.
or a noise complaint. Also, I would just want to point out the date of this body camera footage.
Yeah.
Like, are we serious?
Oh, yeah.
Like, these kids are at home on winter break during COVID or the end of COVID. Well, they're in Florida, so they probably didn't take COVID seriously for very long. But still, like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Seriously, it's not even 7 o'clock at night, and
Yeah.
how dare these children? I don't understand it. I will never understand
Which
people.
also,
But this woman's clearly not well. It'll show more of her, but she's not well. In case that
no.
wasn't already clear.
Yeah. And so this thing, do you go for EDW? How do you justify it to a judge? Depending on the judge may be like, seriously, you want an EDW for this? Isn't there anything better to do? And like you said, it seems
Well,
like there's other priority calls and things going on. And officers are probably thinking, man, I'm trying to get this call done. I got other calls I need to get to. I need to go help out, 340, whatever, clear this building, or whatever the case is.
yes. And well, that also depends on the department or agency or whatever that you're working for,
Mm-hmm.
because how many times have we told people, okay, we will get somebody over there as soon as we can, but I've got a high priority call going on
Yeah.
right now, and it'll be a minute.
Yeah.
How many times have officers ran up out of Walmart dealing with the shoplifters because something pops off?
Yeah.
you know,
I
or
mean,
what
and
have you.
how many times have
Something
people
more
gotten
important
upset
should
about
take
that,
precedent.
or call back and say, "Well, I guess if y'all aren't going to deal with it, I will." And that's
And I
honestly
will
one of
straight
my
up tell those people if I have time, if I'm not, like trying to dispatch and deal with other things. Ma'am, there's a high priority call going on right now. If you have
Mhm.
an issue with that, you can call up here tomorrow morning and speak with the chief.
Yeah. Well, at the same time, you do
I
have
can
those
give you his
people that
phone
are
number.
saying, "Oh, because some people are just this way. I guess I'll just turn mine into a high priority call, or I'll deal with it myself." And I'll tell people like you say, I'll tell them, high priority calls or whatever, and I'll also say I don't suggest saying that on a recorded line. Or I'll ask, "What do you mean by that? What do you mean you're going to take care of it yourself? What are you going to do?" Get it on the recording and everything. But one of my fears is like running across someone like this that does end up taking it into their own hands. It's like, well, crap, man. Like, what are we supposed to do here? But
There's nothing nobody could have done
yeah,
with this woman, but yeah.
One belongs to him, one belongs to the neighbor. It's not an open lot.
Okay, so it doesn't even belong to you.
I understand.
Okay, so we've told the kids, and we've also told the kids' parents. Obviously, this is going to be a continuous problem, so we've instructed the kids to not bother you.
Okay.
Or if you come out and you say something to them, they're supposed to go get their parents and
And what about her threat that she's going to come and drag my and beat me?
Well, that's not what she said, according to her.
Oh no, that honestly.
that face. How many times have you seen that face at the window? Like someone come up for
A
something.
million, especially because I have zero problem telling people no.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
will
or
not.
no, that's not what happened.
No.
Or it surprises me. People think.
Also, while ago, you see how it changed
Mhm.
from what she said the first time to this time? If somebody made a specific threat at me to the point that I'm calling the police because I am fearful of my life, and 911, I need police, I need a moo baby lamp. If I'm scared for my life, by God, I'm gonna know exactly what she said to me.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna change it after 10 minutes. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Isn't that weird? It's almost like that's not what the hell happened. Anyways.
Right. Well, and that's the thing. I guess people in our town also think that when they make a 911 call, it's some huge center in the middle of a bunker in the middle of the United States, and when they come up to the window, they're speaking to a different person. But when there's just one or two of us, they come up to the window, they get the same person. Yeah, this person on 911 said this or that, or I called the police department and they wouldn't help me. No, that's not what happened. Excuse me? No, that's not what happened. But, I digress. Here we go.
Well, we've also explained to her that if there's any future problems, that either she calls and now I'm here telling you that if there's a future problem that you need to call us.
Okay.
It is going to be documented that that's what you're claiming she said, but it's also going to be documented what she and I talked about.
Okay, no, absolutely. She told me she was going to drag me and beat me.
Good, take it to
I wouldn't
court.
make anything up.
Okay,
I
understand.
Okay, ma'am, where's your
understand
ring
that,
camera that
but
you say you have? Do you see a
Right.
ring camera anywhere on this patio?
Did
Do you
did
see
the
one? I don't.
did the other parties ever get any like cell phone footage of her or anything?
I believe so. And then also the white mama that was talking a while ago,
Mm-hmm.
she has a ring camera. I believe AJ also had cameras at one point because this kept going on, and I think kids even recorded her at some point. But yes, other people have video footage of her because this is like 4 years worth of BS,
Mm-hmm.
from my understanding. So,
Okay.
like I said, just
yeah.
stay separated from them, and
with that.
it's he said, she said. She
Clearly
said,
she
said.
does.
And on top of
Yeah.
what the kids said that you had came out and you were coming at them in an aggressive manner, and they thought that you were going to hurt them. So.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
This is some of her true colors, but it's not near the
You
top.
see,
Ajika was a single
you
mother.
see how? Hold on, pause. You see how she's like, well, this lady said she was gonna drag me and beat me. Yeah, okay, I understand that. She's not. She's saying that that's not how that went down. Well, that's ridiculous. I understand that you think this is ridiculous, but these kids also said that they were scared of you because you were coming at them aggressively. Whatever. You see
Yeah,
how
dismissive
thee,
and
not me, and it's almost like this is a bunch of barnacles. You know what I mean?
yeah.
We can skip to the next call if you can. I don't know if it's time stamped in there.
Good minutes.
Okay, so what's going on?
You can also play it on 1.25 if you want. We can see if that's too fast, maybe.
No, I think we're good. We can split it into 2 episodes. Like, we'll do the same thing next week. That's all good. We're flexible. We're
Okay.
sitting at 45 minutes. We're good so
Young
far.
ladies who just keep
Yeah.
coming by.
And this
be
is 4 months
hysterical while I'm
later.
working
Yeah.
to bring their animals and scream while I'm on the phone. I'm an insurance agent, and I deal with HIPAA.
I thought she was a doctor.
Personal,
Yeah.
I'm dealing with community plans and stuff. Very, very sensitive information. I asked them to move. They refused.
Like how
to
she's
move.
talking about sensitive
I'm like, "Guys,
information
you
to
can't be
police
here." I
officers.
mean, literally, they
Yeah.
cannot be here. No
Well,
signs, no
to be fair, how many of them actually follow those rules? Anyway, continue.
trespassing by the windows for a reason. There's no
As
trespassing
evidenced by
because
recent
They
headlines.
can't be here. And then they're standing there telling me, okay, come on, enough. They need to be trespassed the hell out of here.
So what I'm looking
Okay.
at, where they're at,
They have to step onto your property for them to be trespassed from said property.
Well, the CT rules in Texas though are kind of, well, I mean, generally,
No, even then, is an officer going to issue a CT without good enough reason to a public lot that this woman does not own or
yeah,
operate on?
no, they would CT or CT them from her house, but I mean,
And there's no proof of them going into her patio except for the one time
Right.
AJ, the mama, admitted to going and knocking on her door.
What I meant by like in Texas, like CT rules are kind of vague, and the fact that like you don't necessarily have to have a reason if they've been on a property. Like for instance, Walmart. People get mad at Walmart for having them CT'd all the time. And look, if Walmart doesn't like your
It's
eyebrows,
private
they can have you CT'd if they don't like your eyebrows. It really doesn't matter why
You
or
can
why they don't
you can
CT
also
you.
contact Walmart Corporate. You can also contact Walmart Corporate in Bentonville, and they'll usually fax stuff over and drop it if you complain to the right person. Anyways,
Personal experience?
well, they send it to us all the time. You just don't
Yeah.
work day shift when it comes in.
Yes. Another reason I don't like day shift.
you can't trespass anybody from that location.
They're right in front of
Thank
my
you.
windows.
But here is showing them in the parking lot.
The whole area,
Yep.
you know, this whole thing is private property.
Yes. The
No, it's
issue is
not.
that the parking lot is
Well,
a complex.
technically, I think what he's getting at is yes, the
All
whole
of it is,
it's owned by the complex, but not you. So
yeah.
even then, in Texas, even if the complex wanted to CT those people, they couldn't because they'd have to go through an eviction process because that is their
Yes.
residence.
And that makes it
But they
what?
don't.
If they have to go through evictions and everything else, that makes it a what? A
Civil
civil
matter.
matter.
Say the word of the day: civil matter.
Don't live here.
If they live in the park and they just cut through the parking
No,
lot,
no, they're not in the parking lot. They're on the grass.
that's technically part of the parking lot. So unless they're like in here or
But this is
in this
all
grass.
part of the whole thing is private property. You understand this whole development is private. Even the road is
And
private.
they also
okay?
live
I'm a
there.
real estate license. Trust
Right.
me. This is
Yeah,
all private. Even the road is
No, we are not going to be trusting you,
She a
ma'am.
doctor, real estate, license, insurance, Swiss Army knife,
Yeah.
Batman. Like, what else does this woman do?
Everything.
privately owned by the owners in this development. Okay? So everything
Yeah,
is private.
owned by the
They're
owners, which
privately
is
owned.
First of all,
not
you can't trespass
you.
from the road.
Okay, but they were still on the
You
property.
see how she's
It's
just
private.
arguing, like
The other
she is
main
just
issue is they're
refusing to listen to this man
Yeah. Well, because
whatsoever. And
he's
he's
even trying
explaining
to
to her,
be nice
you
about it.
cannot do that.
Yeah, he's even trying to be nice about it and explaining, well, they weren't on this property over here. They're on the road. We can't CT someone from the road and all of that. But she's still trying to split hairs. So, but, yeah,
But nothing.
he didn't straight up. He was trying to be nice and didn't straight up say, oh, he's saying she's wrong without saying she's wrong. Which, like you said earlier, sometimes a more firm approach is needed with these.
Especially with people like this. Let them complain
Yeah.
on you. Let them, as long as you're not calling her a Karen to her face and be like, shut up, bitch, like The Rock. No, ma'am,
You
that's not how that works. No, ma'am, I will not be doing that.
I think social media, and this is why I took a break from social media for a while, for years.
Oh, hell, here we go again.
I think social media has perpetrated some of this on both sides, and the fact that some officers would be afraid of getting backlash and targeted and things like that. But then at the same time, like it's
You have to have, if you were gonna do this job, our job, fireman, you have to be able to go out there or talk to these people and know what you're talking about and be able to back yourself up if you were sitting on the stand in a courtroom.
right.
No,
But
ma'am, I will not be doing that.
do you think
Or,
it's
ma'am, I'm not sure. Ma'am, I'm not sure. You know what? Let me go ahead and call Sarge real quick and see what he says.
yes? I mean, yes,
Dun dun dun. Problem
but
solved.
okay.
And then from
What
then
I'm
on,
asking is, do
then
you think
on,
social
I'm
media is
not going out there. I don't give a shit.
perpetuated, like
What?
officers being scared to do
No,
something,
people.
or people like her thinking they
No,
know everything and
she is.
being this
That's
way?
not even a know-it-all kind of woman. This lady lives on a different planet.
Yeah.
She is not here with the rest of us. You know what I mean?
Well, apparently that
Even
planet
like
still has
normal
real estate, insurance, and HIPAA.
and doctors and
Mhm.
PhDs and United fucking Healthcare. Anyways, she doesn't live on the same planet as us. You cannot treat her like a normal person. Even a normal Karen, she's not in the same planet as us.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna complain. You could go out there and be the nicest person ever, and take her trash out for her, and she would still find a way to complain. Those kids could come over there and power wash, scrub her patio with a toothbrush, and she still go out there and call them, slurs.
Right.
She's not a normal. She's not a real person. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
there's no logicking with her anyways.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, she was out there yelling at like middle school age kids about some girl she knew when she was a child being raped.
Right.
What does that have to do with these kids out here playing football?
Mm-hmm.
Not here.
You
So I
know,
can't trespass on
she's
yours.
not on the same planet as us. There's no
So
there's
what
no
I'm saying
winning
is that you
anyways.
can only go out your yard
Okay.
to the end of the road, end of your house. You can't go anywhere towards the easement or the parking lot.
It's not an easement. It's all private property. I mean, his land
Called the
goes
right
to-
of
And
way.
it's not her.
If you look
It's also
on the
not her
property
private
appraiser's map,
property.
Yeah.
all
The issue is it's a communal
it,
parking lot.
it's not a communal parking lot.
For
It's-
everyone that lives here, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, but they don't live here. The children do not live here. They live
That's the issue.
over the,
You
on the
don't
other street.
have sole
They
control
live in the
over
same
parking lot. There's 4 people.
complex.
Yeah, but those children don't live here. I mean, they literally live across the street on the other side. They don't.
I understand what you're
But-
telling
but-
me, and I get it.
We're okay.
But
We
you
got to
don't
move
have
on.
sole power.
This is getting too real. We
to
gotta
say,
move
hey,
on
they
from
can't
this
be in
call. I
this
can't do it.
Okay.
But he's asked them to leave. I mean,
Let's see.
She's
You
not
see
over.
how
And
long
she
this
keeps doing the
goes
same thing
on?
over and over. She keeps claiming, oh, this is my whatever.
Yeah, that's what we're.
I just now noticed this. This is Florida again, but look at this dude. He's like carrying around a lasso.
No,
it's not part of
explain to
her.
her. Yeah.
he just needs to get off.
I thought it was a water hose.
I mean, I just don't know what to do with these kids. I mean, it's ridiculousness at this point. I mean, they can't come when I'm on the phone. It's a HIPAA violation. I mean, what
They're
do I do
not
with these
in
children?
your damn
If
office.
you're,
Yeah. Get some soundproofing.
Are you
inside the house?
I'm
Are you
inside the
inside the house?
Can they hear
Can
you?
they
on the
hear
phone?
you on the phone? You see how she's not on
Because
this
I told them to
planet?
leave and they
How
told
can
me
they
to go off
hear
and I can hear
you?
them through a window.
So they can hear your phone
Oh, yeah,
calls.
absolutely.
How loud are you
The
talking
only thing I
that
can
these kids
suggest
can
would be
hear
maybe
you
trying to
outside?
soundproof the room.
Sounds
so
like
they can
you're
Exactly what I
violating
said.
HIPAA, not the kids.
Yeah, soundproofing the room. Suggest you soundproof the room so they don't hear the call. Don't talk as loud. Yeah.
I'm trying to give you options. I can't control everybody 100% of the time.
Okay.
Good
I
God,
can try and
if
drive
that
through
ain't
here
the
as much as I
truest
can.
thing.
Well, okay. So, but they're not supposed to be coming through there. I mean, should the barrier be erected then so they physically can't
take that up with
That's
their
gonna be up to
landlord.
whoever owns
We
the
gotta
property.
move on from this. We gotta move on, Colton. I can't handle it no more.
Okay. Let's see. Is this a new one?
Oh, that's the next call. Yes.
Oh yeah, the dog call.
The Karen calls. Yeah, she's
The
saying
Karen calls.
She keeps trying to waste her time. The kids are just playing around here, right? And then she came out and started talking smack. And she flicked me off. She flipped him off because this is public space right there. The Karen call.
I've dealt with this before. Let me go talk to this guy.
Just came outside.
How you doing, sir?
9 times out of 10, that lady over there probably called.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The kids always play in the dog room. They always play over there, man. This man over here said they can play in there.
So for context, I don't think it showed the call on this one. It does in the documentary, where it explains like what she was calling for. She called because she felt like one of these kids was stealing a dog. Did I get that correct? Like trying to pick up a dog and steal a
First
dog.
it was stealing the dog, and then it was they were
Right.
putting the dog in the bed of her truck.
Yes. Yeah. That's it.
Brad, she's, I don't know if she's schizophrenic, bipolar, I don't know.
Are these rentals or do you buy them?
Rentals.
These are rentals?
Yeah, these is rentals. So you don't even can buy some.
Okay.
I mean, I think she owns hers.
But it doesn't even come with property, does it? It's just
She
a
does
house.
I don't think so.
No, because it's a duplex. It
Yeah,
wouldn't.
so she does it all the time. She
Oh, I know. I've been here. I've been here when they were playing tag and they were trespassing. So
Yeah, she do it all the time.
I'll go talk to her.
You see?
Is this the one where she shows a little
Hello,
bit more
how
of
are
her
you?
face?
Good. Is it Susan?
Yes.
Okay, what's going on?
The kid from across the street and his little buddies, they're over here, they're stepping on the signs and stuff. He brings out a puppy. He wants to put his puppy in my truck. I don't go for that.
Why would he do that?
Yeah.
Who?
This little child who posed for me because he thought he was being so bloody cute.
Why does she keep saying
That
that?
little child.
He was the one that put the dog in?
He was trying to.
What kind of dog was it?
Where's the
just a
dog in
little
his?
small
If
dog.
she took a picture of him
And,
putting the dog in her truck, where's the truck in that picture and where's the dog in that picture?
Right.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy how like that's not matching up at all?
Yeah. No, she definitely.
And it makes no sense for one of those kids to do that.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
It's just, they just do stuff like come up and, knock on the door, run away, do all kinds of stuff. I work from home.
Do you have video footage
It's
of those
really
kids doing that,
aggravating
ma'am?
when it's 8 o'clock at
Can I
night.
see that?
It's like,
Oh, you don't?
just
Because
leave
you're
me
full of shit?
alone. I don't do anything. It's this constant barrage of stupidity. The screaming, the yelling, the insensate, coming up and doing stuff, going past my window screaming and yelling. They're telling me that this is all public land. I said, it's privately owned land. They're telling me that the
Check out some of
parking
these
lot is all
officers'
public
conversation
land.
here.
Yeah.
Just trying to talk to her.
Okay. We explained to her that there doesn't need to be a call for service every time the kids are playing in the road or in the yard.
Yes.
Well, apparently they've been stomping it. I mean, that one looks like it's been stomped out too.
Okay.
Apparently they've been stomping out her signs. And,
That's not her land.
like
Right.
running past
Yeah,
her
and this
windows
officer, he says he's been here before, but he doesn't seem to have the context here of that's not her land.
Which, even then, we're all gonna have different temperaments to that stuff. Because depending on this woman, am I even gonna put a call in for this? No. The children are playing in the street. Are they blocking traffic?
Especially, I
What are
mean,
they're outside yelling.
this is the
And
next
you're
year.
the only person calling, and you call every single day.
Yeah.
This is like a week or so later after the last one.
No, because the last one was 22, wasn't it? This one was 20. Oh no.
No.
Yeah,
this,
this is
it was
a few days
April
after
like
that.
12th
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, no. I'm not even putting in a call service for this. I'll tell the sergeant, and if he wants to go, sure. But I'm not.
I would do a public
I'm
service
not
call.
sending somebody out for her shit.
I was about to say I would do a public service
If
call.
if I was where we work, maybe my old agency. No, I'm not even putting a call in. I would talk to my senior dispatcher and be like, do I even need to send anybody? Does she want to talk to an officer? Well, then if she didn't want to talk to an officer at
Yeah.
that moment, because that also we don't have that context. We don't have the 911
Yeah.
calls. I don't think.
Do you
If
want
I
contact
ask
with an
you,
officer?
do you want an officer to stop and make contact with you? I don't care. That's a no. Yes, I want to speak to a police officer. Then I will have them call you. Okay, can you tell me what's going on? Do you have video footage of that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have video footage of any of this that you're claiming? Because she doesn't, because they weren't doing it.
Right.
You know?
Like
And
King Kong
even if
ditching
they
her and
were
knocking on her
doing
door.
what she was saying, they weren't doing anything wrong.
Yes.
They were not doing anything wrong.
And I would go a step further. Even if you do consider it wrong, is it illegal?
No.
Yeah,
So-
well, I mean, you have like 20 kids that are under like 15.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, not to say that it's perfectly fine that they should just deal with it, but there does come a point where you kind of have to accept that you live with a bunch of kids. You know, I mean, it's frustrating,
Exactly.
sure, but listen, I was a little rat kid too. I'm not gonna act like I
You
wasn't.
look like a rat kid.
You know,
Accurate
but it's
description.
Yeah, I
not
was
like
gonna
they're
say.
not.
Sorry, officer, whatever.
He looks all of 17, so it's like, yeah,
Right.
you talking about last week, bro? Yeah.
Okay, so we're at 30:29 on the video. We're at an hour and 2 minutes. We're making
Wow.
brilliant time. Ish. But I do appreciate everybody joining in. Emily, what time you got to get to bed?
Soonish. I work at 7 a.m.
Yeah, there we go. So we're gonna call this soon-ish. I do appreciate all of you joining in. Episode 2 of this is probably going to be next week. If Emily, are you available next week? We'll discuss that
Yeah, it'll
later.
be later, like today.
Either way, we'll be back at some point with an episode 2 of this to continue. Again, if this piqued your interest, please go watch it on Netflix. You can watch the body cam footage just straight up on YouTube, and find all the different body
But
cam videos there.
the Netflix documentary does a lot more concise telling with the body camera, and you can just sit there and watch it,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, escalate. And it also shows more of her behavior outside of this. There's a whole
Yeah.
multiple other incidents of her being
And I don't know, it
a
may.
freak.
Yeah, just gonna scroll through this quickly. Okay, so coming up on the moment at about 45 minutes in this
Yeah.
one. Oh, and this one does have like, yeah, this has stuff that the documentary does not. Some interviews, cell phone
Yeah.
videos. So yeah, it'll be interesting. But definitely
Yep.
go watch it on Netflix. And it's a little more enhanced
Definitely.
too. Like it looks a little bit better. You can tell more of things going on.
Definitely. And yep, rest in peace to Miss G.K. Owens, and eat shit, convicted murderer Susan Lawrence. Eat shit. Rot in jail, prison, wherever you are in Florida. I hope you're miserable. I hope they give you like unscented soap that irritates your skin, you old raggedy bitch. Anyways,
And we haven't
I need to go to
through
bed.
we haven't gone through this whole thing yet, but I would also like to point out that keep in mind this did happen in Florida and we know she's already been convicted. Think about that. Think about how much it takes to kill someone from your house with a firearm in Florida and still get convicted for it. Because of
And Florida's a stand your ground state.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. In a
Which
stand
that
your
comes
ground
that
state.
comes up later.
Yeah.
Yep.
Think about how much it takes to actually be convicted of all that. So it's not like, oh well, maybe this, maybe no. It's pretty clear cut.
Yeah, and then on top of it, if you want to take into consideration it's in the South and racism is still a thing, and she still got convicted. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No. Convicted murderer. Crazy.
Anyway, I'm gonna have Emily mute. We're gonna say goodbye to everybody. I'm gonna throw an end screen on here, play a little bit of music for just a second, and we'll see you next time. Peace.